How's everyone doing today? I'm doing awesome, but thanks for asking. You can call me Fire Reader Maxwell, and I'm here to tell you guys about an awesome night that happened, which you know as Halloween. So this Halloween was after that incident between me and Tim at that little Paris thing we had, and after that musical I was part of in the My Cold War video. So on Halloween, my group of boys, the lunchroom stories boys, all of us were at there was like five of us that are part of that group, the lunchroom table group. Were at my buddy Hayden's house. Hayden lives a couple streets over from Tim's friend's house, and Tim's friend, they were all lacrosse players. Like he hung around with the lacrosse team, and we called that them the lax troop. The lax troop was at this kid's house, and Tim was with them. So at Hayden's, it was me, my brother, two of our friends, and Hayden's cousin. Hayden's cousin's pretty badass. He's a pretty cool guy, and this is the first time I met him, so I'm just talking to him, and someone brings up Tim's name, and then like everyone's joking around, like, "Oh, fight him." So I was like, joking around, like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it," and then Hayden's cousin was like, "Dude, why not?" And I was like, "Oh man, I don't know." He's like, "Let's do it." A couple streets over, let's walk over there. You kick in the door, beat him up. So I was like, I don't know, man. So I kind of got persuaded to do it. So the way this went down was I was leading the charge because I was all hopped up on adrenaline. So I walk over to the street and I'm standing in the street, and they left their house because before that we creeped around the house and saw no one was home. So I'm in the street and I see them, and it's like 9 o'clock at night or something. So it's dark out, and I see that group of kids, and they don't know it's me because they didn't know I was at Hayden's. So all the other people from my group kind of left. They kind of walked to go, they're not coming back, so I stood there. And I'm standing in the street, and they see me, and they're kind of just staring at me and keep walking. And they're going to the house, and I'm 2 houses down from their house, but I'm sort of close because they're small houses. And I see towards the back, there's the guys in the group, and the guys in the group, they're not really fighters, so I see them start shit talking them, like saying you guys are pussies, like stuff like that, and they're like, and the kids in the group that actually liked me were towards the back of the group. So it was a couple kids that liked me plus some other kids in the back of the group. And I started shit talking them, and someone was like, "Hey man, let's get them." So two kids that I'm friends with and one other kid run towards me. And the kid leading the charge was the kid I didn't like. So he comes at me. I clench my fist and punch him in the side of that. Instantly, this guy drops because he's never been in a fight before. He drops, falls to the ground, grabs the back of his head, like neck. "Oh, what the hell, man?" And they still don't know it's me. So one of my buddies comes at me, throws a punch, kind of. I grab his hand, put up my eyes, I put him in a chokehold, and I whisper in his ear, I'm like, "Oh man, it's me," like it's a joke. And he starts laughing. So they're like, "Oh shit, man, it's Max." So I'll call my buddy, I'm, "What's up, man?" Like all hyped up, like hugging and shit. So because I haven't seen him for a while, and the buddy that I punched was pissed off because I punched him. I punched him, and then he kind of walked inside. So I'm talking to these two kids, and they're like, "Oh, dude, Tim's inside." I was like, "Oh," and they were like, "And he thinks you're talking shit or something stupid." So I was like, "Oh man, let me go in there." So I walk into the house, and instantly when Tim and Amanda see me, they get pissed. Like they don't even say hi to me. They just look at me. So I'm inside the house talking to people, socializing, and telling them how I am because I went to a new school and that they were part of my old school and they're still at the same school. So I'm telling them how it is, like, and all that. And eventually, someone ding dong ditches the house, one of my buddies, and everyone runs out. So I run out with them, sort of loop around and go over to the front door, and like no one invited me in. So I knock on the door, and that kid that I punched in the face, he answers it. He's like, "Bro, what do you want?" And I was like, "I want to come in." And he's like, "No, you're not." And this is where I got into fight mode. I look at the kid, I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna stop me." So I grab him by the throat ish, shove him against the wall, and walk in. And they were all upstairs. And I start walking in. Another kid comes at me. I sort of grab his arms, push him against the wall, and start walking upstairs. And I keep walking, and I get to the landing. And that kid that I punched in the face it cuts past me, goes upstairs. He's like, "Bro, you're not getting upstairs." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because we know what you're gonna do." And I was like, "No, I just want to talk to Amanda." Um, about like something stupid, like not very something very innocent. So I asked the kid I punched in the face to tell her, and he came back. And he's go, "Oh, she doesn't want you here. She told you to f off." And knowing her, she would never say this because she's a nice girl. And I said, "No, she didn't say that." He said, "Because you did." So I walk upstairs again. So keep in mind, I literally kick the door down to this house, force myself in, and I'm going to beat this kid up. So I walk into the room, and the room just gets silent. And literally right as I'm about to say something to Tim, my buddy that like in the part of the lacrosse group pushed me outside in the hallway. He's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" And I was like, "No, I'm gonna fight him." He's like, "Dude, don't do it. You're gonna mess up our night. Like, we don't want to have a bad night." And eventually, it ended up being a 20-minute conversation between me and my buddy trying to calm me down, and him just saying, "Dude, you don't want to do this. Like, they'll hate you even more, even though that you think you're right." Blah blah blah. So he started talking to me, and eventually, I said, "You know what? Screw it. It's not worth it." So I leave, and nothing ended up happening. I ended up fighting each other except for me punching that kid in the face. So that happened on Halloween, and ever since then, I've kind of just been alright with. I mean, I've been fine with Tim. Tim probably has been alright. You haven't talked to him in fucking 8 months or something, but I'm fine with him. People in that group think of me as I'm alright. But that was Halloween, and I know it kind of sucks because didn't actually fight this kid, but it's kind of funny because I punched that kid in the face. I kind of forced my way in, and I know it may not have been that eventful, but I think it's a good story to tell because it shows about my drive for winning a fight. So thank you guys for listening to that little story. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you have any ideas or suggestions, comment below and subscribe if you want to hear more. I thank you guys for clicking on this video. I hope you guys have an awesome week and have a great summer. God bless and peace out.